Hello and welcome to this edition of One on One. I'm Paranjoy Guha Thakurta in the studio of Lok Sabha Television here in New Delhi. In this particular edition of the program, we are going to discuss transit-oriented development. What is transit-oriented development and what is its relevance for Delhi and the National Capital Region? Let me welcome the guest who's with me here in the studio. I have Romi Roy. She's an architect, urban designer, an architect by training, currently holding senior consulting positions with the Government of Delhi and the Municipal Corporation of Delhi.
And Delhi Development Authority.
That's correct. A visiting faculty member at the School of Planning and Architecture, where you had studied once upon a time, and providing policy and design support on transit-oriented development for a body called UTPEC, which is the Unified Traffic and Transportation Infrastructure Development, Infrastructure Planning and Engineering Center, established by the Delhi Development Authority. Thank you, Romi, for coming here. As we go along, I'll tell our viewers a little more about you, but please explain, what do you understand by transit-oriented development?
I'll try to put it in very simple terms. Transit-oriented development is mainly any development, any planning, any design, anything that happens in the city which actually makes people prefer or induces people to prefer the use of public transportation. And as we know, Delhi is almost going through a mobility crisis with all the regular jams and stuff. So we have to look at a paradigm shift where people can actually start considering and preferring the use of public transportation, and this will require policy, design and urban design interventions, and those interventions will be called transit-oriented development.
You know, you've had extensive international experience with transit-related projects and projects that combine urban design and planning strategies with infrastructure, resource management systems in the United States, in Europe, in Africa, in Asia. You studied, and China as well, you studied at the University of Texas at Austin. Have we in India, and Delhi in particular, really made a mess of our transport systems, transit systems, in particular the public transport systems?
Yes, it's very unfortunate, but it's true. And it's not, I mean, it's very sad because Delhi has done this mess, but not other cities in India. For example, for several years, Bombay has had a very good public transport system, but now, of course, they have not been able to augment it, so they have fallen behind. But Delhi in particular has really pandered to slightly towards the richer sections of society and looking at car-oriented movement all the time. For the last 30 years, I think we've been looking at only car-oriented development, private vehicle-oriented development. And this has to stop if we are not looking, if we don't want to abandon, like Akbar and Shah Jahan abandoned Fatehpur Sikri, they built it and they abandoned it because of
Mohammed bin Tughlaq abandoned Tughlaqabad.
So if we don't want to do that to our city, we have to think of a paradigm shift, because this cannot go on. How many flyovers, how many underpasses will you build?
We'll talk about that, but I want you to explain, why is transit-oriented development so important and so critical for Delhi and the National Capital Region? This is today India's most populous urban agglomeration. Once upon a time, Mumbai had more people than Delhi. Kolkata had more people than Delhi. But today, if you look at the way Delhi has expanded and engulfed more than half a dozen what used to be satellite townships, Faridabad, Ghaziabad, Gurgaon, and so on and so forth, you see a huge urban agglomeration, the likes of which compared to some of the largest urban agglomerations across the world. So why is transit-oriented development so critical for Delhi and the NCR at this juncture?
Actually, there are several reasons, and most of them are related to data, which we cannot challenge. One is Delhi is one of the most polluted cities in the world. It used to be, I think, the second most polluted in terms of particulate matter. Now it's probably a little down, maybe it's number 4. It's extremely polluted, and most of the pollution comes from...
after the Supreme Court ruled that public transport should use compressed natural gas, three-wheelers should use CNG, despite that, correct?
Of course, because the number of cars is so high. If you reduce one thing, but then the other thing is increasing exponentially, and it's highly polluting, and 70% of the pollution in the air or more comes from cars, not from other sources.
70% of the atmospheric pollution, the suspended particulate matter in the NCR's air, is on account of vehicles.
Absolutely, it's on account of vehicles.
What kind of vehicles?
Mostly private vehicles, because in our city, as we know, public transport is CNG, or it's non-polluting, most of it, at least less polluting than the others. So it's mostly private vehicles, and I think Delhi has more vehicles than 3 or 4 states combined. I think Maharashtra, I read it in the papers, in fact, that 4 states combined, we have more cars.
I was told that the total number of cars in the National Capital Region equals the total number of cars in Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore put together.
Yes, so that's probably right.
What is the mix of transport like here in the NCR?
In NCR, I don't have the figures, but for Delhi, I know, because I've read the reports. So in Delhi, I think the commuters, if I look at the modal split of the city, it's about 14% people are using private cars, and yet it is so full of private cars. The national average is 8% people. Generally, in the rest of the country, 8% of the population drives private cars, and in Delhi, it's almost double. But on the other hand, you have 40% people who use public transportation. There are, I think, about 13% people who use scooters, and I think there is a large number of people who walk. It's about 34% who indulge in walk-only trips.
That means 1 out of 3 persons in Delhi walk.
Yes.
To their place of work and back.
And other errands, not just work, but you have so many other errands. So in fact, that's where we come in, that it's not just about getting to your work, but it's also getting to your shop, getting to your school, you know, getting to your grocery store, getting to your cinema. These are all trips which contribute to air pollution. Because if we have to use our car for every small, to buy bread, we have to take out our car today in Delhi, in most places. So if that is the lifestyle we are looking at, then we are in serious trouble. So TOD, or transit oriented development, basically looks at a lifestyle shift, a gradual, it's not a drastic shift. It has to happen over 10 years, but it has to become, you know, a lifestyle change for the city if we are to survive as a city.
Now tell me, Romi, you studied here in Delhi, in Sardar Patel School. You studied here at the School of Planning and Architecture, where you teach now.
Yeah.
How have you seen this city transformed, getting transformed over the last few decades? Maybe you can paint a picture of what was there in Delhi when you were a young person.
Yeah.
Or younger person, I should say. Sorry, you are very young too.
It's okay. I actually feel better if people call me old. But yeah, when I was...
Unlike me, you know, I feel bad. You know, people will say, oh, you should be a grandfather by now, but be that as it may. Yeah.
No, yeah, when I was living in South Delhi long back, I think it was 30 years back, we used to have bus stops in front of our house. Of course, it was not as, I mean, not polluted at all. Bus stops would have signages, and you know, you could get around the city. Like, I used to go out with my parents all the time using public transport, and it was possible. But now, you know, even stepping out of the house on a footpath is almost, it's like, it's a chore. It's really difficult. So I've seen the city gradually becoming a car trap. It's like everything that's happening in the city is to facilitate movement of these 14% of the population which is moving in private cars. Everything is focused on that. I'm not saying that they should not be allowed to move, but it's that we have to give equity. So we have to look at all the other road users as well. All the other commuters in the city as well have to be given fast modes of movement, which is currently not there.
Okay, tell me, you know, the Ford Foundation had drawn up plans for Delhi, if I remember correctly, in the 60s, which have been implemented.
Yeah.
And if I'm not correct, you believe that because we went in for that